Hello friends and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Valeria. For those of you who are new, I'm a psychic medium and tarot reader here on YouTube, and the topic of today's video is going to be what message does a past life of yours have for you right now? And besides that, I also asked a question while shuffling the cards. What significant messages are there for you in the situation right now? So if you are currently in a situation that you would like answers to, you can also watch this reading with the intention to get answers to your question or to your situation. So for today's reading, we have 3 piles to choose from, and for this specific pick a pile, I decided to choose items rather than crystals. So for pile 1 over here, we have the gold and red laughing Buddha. For pile 2, we have the white rose. And for pile 3, we have the Snowglobe from Crete with the Cretan goat. So you can pause the video if you need to meditate on the cards or on the items that represent the cards. Just take your time, do whatever it is that you usually do, and once you have selected your pile, you can skip to your reading using the timestamps I will provide for you down below, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's get started. Have a look at your tarot cards and see what message from a past life is significant to you now. So I'm gonna start with the tarot cards. We have 6 for today's reading. So first of all, you have the 5 of Cups, the 2 of Wands, and both of these have the eye. This is the left eye. I believe this is also, looks like the left eye. You also have the 10 of Wands. You have Temperance. You have the 2 of Pentacles and the Wheel. What I'm seeing here for you, first of all, is something very interesting, and you might be very happy to hear about this. I'm seeing that in a past life, you used to do something. You used to have some kind of skill or something that you worked at very hard, and you wanted to be successful at that. And I see in your past life, you worked very hard at it, but you did not reach the level of mastery. You did not reach the level that you wanted to reach, but I see that this lifetime is going to be a continuation of that lifetime in a way that you can continue to do what you could not do before. So whatever skill that you wanted to develop in a past life, you're now getting the chance to reach that level of mastery that you wanted before. We also have here the double numbers 2 and double numbers 10. And what I'm seeing with these cards is, again, there's something that you wanted to do, but as you can see here in the Wheel card, this entity here is being stabbed by this spear. So it seems that in your past life, someone prevented you from reaching your goals or from reaching that level of mastery that you wanted to reach. So someone or something stopped you or prevented you from doing it, which was very unfortunate. And I feel like, of course, you weren't happy with that. For some of you, what I'm seeing with the spear is that in case you wanted to do something physical or that relates to working with your hands and things like that, you were unable to physically perform whatever you were doing because you were physically injured in some type of way. But it could also be that someone restricted you from doing it by putting up rules or making laws which prevented you from doing what it is that you wanted to do. And with a temperance card and basically also the Two of Pentacles, since that also talks about balance, I'm seeing that in this lifetime you're getting a new opportunity to accomplish what you could not before. And with the Two of Wands, I'm seeing that you're getting not just this, it's not just that this life is a new opportunity, but in this lifetime you're getting new opportunities or new ideas in which you can achieve this goal. Because what I'm hearing is that in this lifetime we have so much more tools that we can use to achieve our goals. There is social media and the internet, for example. We are more connected than ever. We are in our societies also more open-minded than ever when it comes to basic human rights, basically. And I see that this lifetime is going to be better for you to be able to achieve your goal or be able to develop your skill. This lifetime will provide with better opportunities or maybe better ideas, better tools at your disposal, and you will reach mastery of this skill. So let's have a look at your oracle cards now. Okay, this one wanted to come up first. We have the Present. Gift, treasure, revelation of own value, nowness. That's really nice. With number 12 and the numbers 2 and 10 add up to 12 as well. So 12 could be significant, maybe the 12th month of the year. Maybe 2012 was a significant year for you, or maybe this past life we were talking about happened also in the year 12, so maybe 1912, 1812, etc. Maybe even the 1200s could be possible, the 12th century. Just take it if that resonates. So here with this card, the Present, that's exactly what I was saying before with the Two of Wands. This present lifetime, you will reach the treasure, because here she has the key around her arm. In this lifetime, you have the key to reach the treasure that you wanted to reach before. And here at her waist, there are all these shells and all this other treasury that she has, which represents her experience. So here what this means for you is that throughout, this could even be multiple lifetimes for you, but especially because of the past life we were talking about before, you have so much experience. It's like you're already from a past life, you were already at level 8 out of 10, and now you get the chance to reach level 10 out of 10. So this lifetime is like a gift to you, so that you can achieve that what it was that you wanted to achieve. And for those of you guys who are doubting whether this what you want is meant for you, or you're meant or allowed or worthy enough to reach this goal or to be that kind of person, know that you are worthy and you are meant to achieve this. So if you have any feelings of unworthiness related to your dreams and your goals, know that that is not true, because I'm literally seeing that in this lifetime you get another opportunity to accomplish this. So to think that you are not worthy of accomplishing this is basically just, it doesn't make any sense. For your next card, you have curses. So your past life could have involved some kind of witchcraft, or it might have happened during what they're called, the witch hunts that were happening. They were happening throughout Europe, but also throughout America as well, and maybe even multiple places that might not be like the witchcraft, but maybe other types of witches that might have different names in different cultures, if you know what I mean. So it does not have to be like the typical witchcraft that we know of today. It could also, because I'm seeing like in Russian folklore, there's also some type of witches there, which are not like considered the typical witches and such. So that could be confirmation for some of you guys. So only take it if it resonates. But what I'm seeing here with the curses card is that, again, in a past life, someone prevented you from accomplishing what you wanted to accomplish. So you were like meant to arrive on top of this wheel, but because someone stopped you, you were unable to do that. So in a way, someone cast a curse on you so that you could not reach what you wanted to reach. And because of that, in this lifetime, again, you're getting another opportunity, because in the past you were treated unfairly, and it's very likely that whatever it was or whoever it was that prevented you from reaching that in a past life will have to pay retribution for that. So it's likely that this person who prevented you from reaching your goals in a past life is also present in your current lifetime, and you can see people who did us wrong come back into our lives in a way that they can pay back their karma, So at first they prevented you from doing what you want, and now they're going to be in a lifetime where they are unable to achieve what they want, and at the same time they will see you succeed. So there might be a person in your life right now. You don't necessarily have to be very close with them, but it could be that they are in your family as well, and that right now they are not thriving. They seem to maybe have a stroke of bad luck or things like that, whereas on the other end, you seem to be more lucky and you seem to have things more easy. And this could also be a reason why some of you guys might be like feeling, that you feel guilty that everything comes easy to you, and to this other person it doesn't, and then that makes you feel like, oh, I'm not worthy of this because everything just comes easy and everybody else has to work harder for it. Like that kind of guilt could be something that you are working through at this moment. And again, I already said before, don't feel guilty about that. You are worthy of this. You are worthy of reaching your dreams and reaching what it is that you want. And the fact that someone else is not thriving as much as you are is like, has a reason of its own, and it could be related to you like we're seeing in this reading, but it could also be unrelated, because everyone is on their same path, is on their own path, sorry, and everyone has their own lessons to learn, and everyone is responsible for themselves and for their own karma. So if this person in the past decided to stop you, then, well, they're going to have to pay retribution for it in this lifetime. So this curses card is because something bad happened to you in the past. Something good will now happen to you in return. So it's basically restoring back the balance in your, how do you say it? Like in your karma. And it's funny that I didn't even look at these cards before, but the next card we have is karmic relationships. Orion energy, polarity, soul growth. So I'm going to put it on this side as well, because these things are related again to each other. So this confirms that there might be even multiple people in your lifetime right now. Why does that card not stay? Okay. There are multiple people. There could be multiple people in your life right now with which you have to deal with. Like you have karma to work out with because they did you wrong. So it could even be multiple people who did you wrong in the past and who prevented you from achieving your goals and reaching your dreams and such. And now, again, they will have to pay for that. And with the card saying conflict, it could definitely be that you are experiencing some conflict with these people in your life right now. So if you, for example, were wondering, why is my relationship with this person, why is it like this, or why is this person always attacking me, or why can't I seem to let go of this person, or that this person just leaves my life? It's because of this. It's because of what happened between you guys in the past. And now it's that karma is trying to rebalance itself. And yeah, so any conflict that you might have in any relationship, it could be because in the past, because of what happened in a past life, because those people have to pay retribution to you and again balance the scales of karma. So that's just the way it is. Also with the polarity, if you add some negative to the scale, then you're also gonna have to put in positive so that the scale can come into balance again. So this is basically what is going on, and there is indeed some heavy karmic energy here. But again, if I look at this from an outside perspective, I see that this only has blessings for you. This only has benefits for you. This only benefits you. But again, I know that human relationships can also be very complicated, so I don't know who this person is to you, of course, but just know that looking at it from a higher perspective, you're getting benefits from this. You're getting better from this. You're able in this lifetime to achieve your dreams without having other people interfere. So if that's something that you're worrying about, what if this person interferes with my dreams or tries to stop me? They basically can't do that because they also did that in the past, and now they are destined to watch you succeed and them not being able to do anything about it. So let's have a look at your last card. You have, you're already doing it, stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. That is just beautiful. You are already on the correct path. I also see that with the present card here. You're already doing the right thing. You're already on the correct path. And you should not feel guilty for being successful or having certain achievements just because other people do not have that, right? You are responsible for yourself, and other people are also responsible for what they do in their lives and what they create in their lives. So just because you are thriving doesn't mean that you have to apologize to other people for that. So that is something that is coming through here very clearly. Like, you're meant to succeed at this. You're meant to achieve your dreams, and you should not feel guilty about it, especially not if there are other people in your life who are trying to stop you or who are trying to create drama and be like, and maybe say things like, you don't deserve this because you don't work hard enough, because that's simply not the way it is, pile one. It's simply not the way it is. You're meant to succeed because other people, like, the way that it is actually quite funny. You're succeeding right now because other people tried to stop you. So in a way, those people tried to stop you before, but what they're doing is they're only helping you in the end. So again, I'm only seeing benefits here for you guys. So that is all that I have for this reading for you today. Thank you so much for watching pile number one. I hope you liked this reading and it resonated for you. In case it did, feel free to leave a like, to comment, and subscribe, and maybe we will see each other in the next reading. Bye guys! Hello there, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's have a look at your cards and see what significant message there is for you from a past life. So I'm going to start with the tarot cards here. So let's see. You first of all have the Seven of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Four of Swords, the King of Cups, the Strength card, and the Two of Cups. Okay, pile 2. So I'm seeing a couple of things here. The first thing I notice is that here in the Seven of Swords and in the Two of Cups you have the Ankh, which represents eternal life. And what I'm seeing here are basically multiple things. And before I start, I actually want to mention that as I was filming the intro of this video where you saw the 3 stacks, the 3 piles, I already felt your energy was very strong. So I just wanted to say that. I already felt a very strong energy coming simply from your cards. So here, one of the first things that I'm seeing is that in your past life, you were very psychic, and I already felt that as I was laying out the first couple of cards. So I kind of expected the High Priestess to be here, but she's not here. But still, it's that kind of energy. You were likely some kind of priest or priestess or shaman or psychic in a past life. Which does not necessarily, what I'm hearing is that it doesn't necessarily have to do with what is going on in your life right now, but just know that the fact that if you are experiencing like psychic phenomenon, or you have psychic abilities, or you're very good at channeling, for example, it's because of this past life as well. You were like some kind of important high priest or high priestess in that area. And that's what you're likely also experiencing in this lifetime. And it's probably so strong that even in other lifetimes, you're still going to experience that. So what I'm seeing here, because of the first row of cards, to me tells kind of a different story or has a different energy than the bottom row of cards. So in the first row of cards, I see some conflict in your life right now. It could be a present energy, it could also be an energy of the past, like of your past life, or even in this lifetime, the past. So please take it however it resonates. What I'm seeing is some kind of conflict. It looks like people they're blocking your way. They're preventing you from going further. And this type of energy was also present in pile 2 a little bit, so maybe you were drawn to pile 1 as well. But I'm seeing here that people were actively trying to stop you, prevent you from doing something. It's like they blocked you. They're like, you can no longer do this. I'm seeing that with the Four of Swords here. It's like there's this huge X, like, no, you cannot do this. And this caused you to go kind of into introspection, like into solitude, into isolation, perhaps. Because I'm feeling that there are all these swords that are pointing at you, and they're preventing you from doing anything. And maybe the moment that you reach out your hand, you're gonna get cut. So you're stuck in this place, you cannot move. So the natural thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna go inside. You're gonna do some introspection. You're going to do maybe some shadow work, go deeper within yourself. So this is something that you could be currently experiencing, but it could also be happening in a past life. Again, take it however it resonates, because it feels like it could be both as well. And the lower cards, or the bottom row we have here, this is talking about your strength in character and your emotional strength and how you are overcoming that, or how you overcame that. This more feels like an energy of the past life that we are channeling here, and it feels like basically just with your willpower, just with your strength, with also your like emotional strength, what the King of Cups is representing, you overcame a certain situation where people try to prevent you from achieving anything. And I think it's very possible that what you're experiencing in his lifetime is actually a parallel to what you were experiencing in the past life that I'm channeling here. So again, this conflict and people blocking your way could be happening in your current life and in this past life we're talking about here. And what the bottom row of cards is telling is that in your past life, again, you overcame these blockages. I see that you found a very intelligent way to go around the constrictions or the restrictions that people put on you. And I'm actually hearing the message that these restrictions were actually a blessing in disguise. But because I'm seeing here in the Seven of Swords how this Ankh here is in the background, and it's like if those swords were not there, that Ankh also would have not been there. You know, it would have not risen above those swords. It would have stayed in between those swords. So what I'm hearing is that this conflict and these restrictions, they are a blessing in disguise, and they're helping you to find your strength, right? What I'm hearing right now, and this is coming from you in this past life, or from your higher self, more likely, is that you went through this in a past life already. And because of that, because your soul had that experience already and knew that this works to like achieve what I want to achieve, this works to learn the lesson, I'm going to do it again in this next lifetime. So that is why there's this parallel going on, because your soul knows it worked in a past lifetime, so it's going to work in this lifetime as well. So whatever conflict or constrictions you are experiencing right now, know that it is because you need to overcome them, and you are going to overcome them because you did so in a past lifetime already. And let's see, because I'm seeing you're using your strength to overcome it, but I'm not seeing anything specific that this is related to. I am just seeing that you being constricted and isolated, that is where your strength comes from. And with the Two of Cups, it could be related to love or to soulmates, but I will have to have a look at the oracle cards as well to get another confirmation, because I'm not really sure about it. It could also just be again representing the parallel between these two lives, or maybe the love for you that you will like give to yourself, so you will come in union with yourself. So let's have a look at the cards that you have. You have fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites extremes of life. And here in the card, you see a woman who is holding a child, and you also see, it looks kind of like maybe angel wings or like energies. You see kind of like light beings, like people standing here as well. So there is again a energy of togetherness, unity, soul tribe, and soulmates here. Surrender, holding the opposites. So let's have a look at your other card first. Yes, oh my god. Oh, these are, by the way, yeah. From this deck you had two cards which fell out, and I'm not surprised, because here it literally says Star Family. You're part of a team of souls, call in support, and I did not see these cards beforehand, so that's just beautiful. Here again you have all these souls that are coming in. This kind of looks like the central sun or source that these souls are extending from, and they're leaving the central source and going to incarnate somewhere. So these cards say, first of all, you are not alone. You are part of a team of souls. You are never alone. You're never separate. Also, not from your soulmates, the love of your life, your parents, your grandparents, your children who might have passed on, or maybe children that are still supposed to come in, could be as well. And this card, these cards are actually saying everything is connected, holding the opposites. It's about life and about death. Both are transitions from one world to the other. And there is no real difference between this world that you live in and this spirit realm where your spiritual team is at. That's what I'm hearing. There is no real difference. There's only a perceived difference, but you're never standing alone. Like this woman with the child here, she's supported by all these light beings. They're standing around her. And I'm looking at this in a way that when a woman has a child, when she births a child, she needs support for that, right? Because she's vulnerable. Even after labor, she's still vulnerable. She needs to take care of her child. And in those times, it's very important to have support around you, whether that's family or friends or other people that you can count on. It's important to have those people there with you. And with the extremes of life, it's actually interesting what I'm getting, because before we had the message that what you're going through right now is in parallel with what happened in a past life. But with the extremes of life, I'm sensing that even though it is indeed a parallel that you are experiencing, they are also, both of them are extremes. So let's give a very simple example of, for example, of rich and poor, fortune and poverty. Maybe in a past life, for example, you had a lot of money, and because you had a lot of money, you were like, maybe you had a lot of money because you were part of a very prominent, important, famous family, and you were not allowed to do anything you want because you were part of that important family, and because you had so much money, maybe people wanted to take advantage of you and your family, so you had to be protected and prevented from doing certain stuff that might actually be exactly what you wanted to do. Whereas in this lifetime, you might, for example, be experiencing that you don't have a lot of money. And because you don't have a lot of money, or maybe because you're from a family that is not like very important, like it's not famous, or you know what I mean, is not doesn't have a high reputation or anything like that, and you maybe grew up in poverty, and still, because you don't have money, you're not allowed to do certain stuff because things simply cost money. Maybe you cannot buy a car, maybe you cannot buy a house, maybe you cannot go to a theme park because all of that costs money. And these are two parallels, but of different extremes. And I'm seeing that even though they are different extremes of one thing, in both of these lives, you overcame that because you have support. Nothing is as it seems. Like I said before, this realm and the other realms, like the spiritual realms, they're not separate of each other. It just seems to be like that. But nothing is ever really separate, even as we exit from the central sun, which is kind of, it's God, in case you don't know. That's one of the, let's call it, theories that Dolores Cannon also talks about in her books, is that we come from this central sun, or from the God source, and that once we want to incarnate, we extend ourselves from that God source and we incarnate somewhere. And even though we might be we seem separated from the God source, but we never are truly separate from it. We are always connected. So no matter where you go or what you do, you're never separated from the people that you love or from the things that you have. So even in these parallel lives with this story that you are separated from what it is that you want, but these cards are saying you're never separated. You're never separated from your desires or from your dreams, and that is something that your past life self wants to tell you right now. This is how they overcame their restrictions and their blockages and their conflict in their life, because they realized that you are never separate from anything. You are not separate from abundance. You're even not separate from poverty. You're not separate from love. You're also not separate from conflict. And it's, again, you realize this in a past life because you were so spiritual, because you were a psychic. You realized this. You downloaded this information, or you learned it from another great psychic. You learned that you're never ever separate, which means that you can always have what you want, which can also be both extremes. Like I said, you can be rich if you want to, but you can also be poor, because both things are just two extremes of the same thing. They're two sides of the same coin, and it's up to you which way you want to flip the coin. And in order to flip the coin, you need to be aware of what you're thinking and of what you're doing, what you're creating. We're again getting back to manifestation, law of attraction and law of assumption. You need to be aware of what it is that you desire and what it is that you are creating or want to create in order to flip that coin. So that's what your past life self is saying right now. It's saying, like, pile one, if you want to create this or accomplish this, then you can, because you're never separated from your success. And it's obvious from your current situation that you're also cannot be separate from failure, maybe, or restrictions or conflicts, right? Because I'm seeing that it's something that you might be experiencing to whatever degree that is in this moment, in this life. But the message here is, you, just like you are not separated from conflict, you're also not separated from balance or harmony. And it's just a matter of where you focus your thoughts. On what do you focus your thoughts? Where do you focus your attention? So that's what the message here is. And again, you're not alone on this journey. If you need help from your spiritual team or from God, from the universe, you can ask for that as well. And you're not going to believe the next card we have. It's the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Like, this is like, I don't know what to say. Like, these synchronicities are crazy. So it's again talking about soul tribe, soul family, star family, spiritual team, support. With the Two of Cups, I said that as well. Soulmates, right? So you're not doing this alone. There are people from the spirit realm, or people, there are beings from the spirit realm which are helping you, souls from the spirit realm. And you also have an incredible support system here in this lifetime. And let's see, this could be something that you did not have in a past life, but now you do. And that could have to do with the fact that in a past life, you helped a lot of people and you inspired a lot of people. And those people are now coming back to you in this lifetime. So I'm seeing this great tribe of when a woman gives birth, the whole tribe cares for the woman and for the child. So you can count on support coming in if you don't experience that yet. You can count on your soul tribe coming in if you're not with your soul tribe yet. Also, a soulmate, whatever that means for you. Maybe you're already with your soulmate, so take it however it resonates. But like it's saying, it's all coming together. It's all happening for you. It's all coming together now. So let's see your next card. You first of all have fight. And your last card is dreams. Vivid dreaming, dream messages, and dream teaching. This is number 23. So with this card, what I'm seeing is very interesting. Because I'm seeing that with these dreams, lately you could be having dreams in which you experience a past life. And maybe you're not aware of it, that you are past life, but you're experiencing through, of course, your own filter and your own understanding of this lifetime, you're experiencing that past life again. And maybe you noticed it already, or maybe you didn't, but there is a parallel going on between that dream, or even multiple dreams that you had, and the life that you are living right now. And Spirit is asking you to look at that, to look at what the parallels are between that past life you dreamed about and between the one that you are living right now, and to also look at the differences. So look at the similarities, the parallels, and look at the differences as well. And it seems that in that way, you will be able to learn more about this past life as well. So for the fight card, I would like to get some clarification what this is about, because it could be telling you to keep on fighting and to not give up. But let's see, what is the fight card? Why is the fight card here for pile 2? We have the Eight of Swords here with the crocodile, sorry, the crocodile who is imprisoned. So the fight card is indeed here telling you to break out of your prison, to break out of your restrictions, to break out of the programming that you have because of the way that you grew up and the way that society is. Break out of the programming, break out of the matrix is even what I'm getting, you know? If you watched the Matrix, you know what I'm talking about, right? Break out of this illusion that was created for you and awaken to the true reality, which is, I mean, everything that I said before, that you're never separate, you're never alone, that you create with your thoughts and with your focus. And again, you're never separate from love. You're never separate from your soul tribe. You're never separate from spirit, universe, God, whatever it is, whatever label you use. And yes, it's just telling you, fight. Keep on fighting. Keep on fighting against the conflict. Keep on fighting against the drama and the restrictions, because you are going to overcome this. And through this process, or maybe after this process, you will see that you have huge support. You're likely going to find that out during the process, by the way, that you have a lot of spiritual support as well. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys, pile 2. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this reading and it resonated for you. If it did, feel free to leave a like, to comment, and to subscribe, and maybe we will see each other in the next reading. Bye guys! Hello pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's have a look at what significant messages there are from your past life. So you chose this cute Snowglobe from Crete. I got it on my last summer vacation, and there is the Cretan goat in here, and in Greek it's called the Krikri, if I pronounce it correctly, and I think it's just so cute. So this could mean that this past life is related to a life in Greece. That could be a confirmation for you, but it could also be like at one time you did have a past life in Greece. So let's have a look at your cards now. First, the tarot cards. Let's see for pile 3. You first of all have the Ten of Cups. You also have the Star card. You have the Page of Swords. You have the Three of Pentacles. The Page of Wands. And the Justice card. Alright, pile 3. What I'm seeing for you here, first of all, is that in this past life, you were some type of star. And what I'm mainly picking up is that you could have been an important person in this lifetime. But what I'm also seeing is that this past life was during a very, how do I say it? Like a very positive time, a very positive time, a very enlightened time, maybe with the Star card. A time when things were going very well for the country that you lived in, or the society that you were part of, or you were just thriving in that lifetime. And what I'm seeing here with the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands is that you likely were some type of writer. You could have been a poet. You could have been writing books. You could have even been, I don't know what exactly the word for it is, but you know, when people are, for example, giving a lecture and you write the notes of their lecture, like you copy what that person is saying, or someone is telling a story and you're writing down what they're saying. So you were using the script. And that made you very successful, like very rich is what I'm seeing. You made a living out of writing. With the Justice card, it could even be involved with the law system at that time. You were involved with the laws or the rules of that time. And with the Page of Wands, I'm also seeing that this is something that you enjoyed doing. You loved doing this. And this could be represented in your current life, for example, because you love writing, or you love reading books, you love writing poems or things like that. Maybe you like reading scriptures of certain time periods, maybe like of the old Greeks, because we mentioned Greece with the snow globe as well. And another thing that I actually heard is that you could love to learn new languages. Maybe in the past that's what you were doing. You were studying new languages, and that's something that you could love in this lifetime as well. Maybe you were a translator. Maybe you teach language. Maybe you just love to learn new languages. Maybe you have to learn a specific language for your job as well. So I'm basically seeing that in your past life, you were thriving. You were, like I said, doing something related to writing, and it could basically anything. There is a chance that this could also translate into painting for some of you guys, but I'm not sure. But it's something like that, and whatever you were doing, it was earning you a living. You were great at it. You loved doing it. With the Star card, I'm also seeing that not only did you pour into your own cup, so you loved doing it for you, but other people also benefited from it. So let's say, for example, there was this book that had information very important to people, maybe on how to cultivate a certain plant, for example. And this book was written in a different language, but you learned that language and you translated that book so that now people could cultivate that plant or that flower, and they could then benefit from whatever that plant or that flower could provide, maybe for medicine, maybe just for food, maybe for fun or whatever, because it like tasted nice, or maybe spices, things like that. So that's something that you could have done back then as well, so a translator basically. I also see that your past life could have involved some type of collaboration with others. And I'm even seeing with the two birds here that you could have been writing books on animals. Like you were writing down everything that you could find about a specific animal, like writing down the colors, writing down how the feathers change of birds throughout the seasons, or writing down like the circle of life. You know, a bird lays an egg and then it broods the egg, and then it hatches, and then the bird takes care of the little bird, you know, and then on and on and on. So it could be that you were writing things, like writing down stuff and documenting stuff about this as well. So there are many different possibilities. It could be that you resonate with one or a few of them. It could also be that you resonate with all of them. So again, just take it however it resonates for you. Overall, I'm seeing that this past life was a great source of happiness for you. You were also, like I said, abundant in some kind of way. You were supported in some kind of way. You really did some amazing work in this lifetime. So let's have a look at your oracle cards now. I feel like starting with this one. So you have Night Women. That is so interesting. So what this card talks about is from the Gospel of Aradia. And if I remember it correctly, is that Aradia, she is said to be the first witch, by the way. And she had this group of women with which she would teach witchcraft to those women. And they would dance under the moonlight, if I'm correct. They would dance under the moonlight and maybe cast spells and do rituals. But those they were called the Night Women, by the way. But because those night women did things that people did not understand or were scared of, after that they were chased and they were banished. I'm not exactly sure what the story is. Let me just look it up before I start saying things that's not real. Yes, so what the booklet says is basically Aradia and her disciples, they worshipped the moon goddess Diana, and these women were called the Night Women. They would create incantations and powerful talismans that were given to those suffering from bad fortune or illness, and they were reported to dance wildly and often naked under the full moon because they worshipped the moon goddess Diana. And it's also known that they weren't very welcomed. At first they were welcomed, is what the booklet says, because they created those charms and talismans that were helping people. But at one point they did kind of become the outcast, and they were kind of like no longer appreciated, and like I said, being outcasts. So what I'm seeing that in relation to your past life is that, again, you were doing something that at first was really helping people, but throughout the years it could have been possible that people tried to stop what it is that you were doing. So this could be related to anything that has to do with femininity, like for example witchcraft, or just empowering women, educating women. You could have been a woman in this past life as well, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. But I do see that you were sharing something, teaching some things to people that was at first very appreciated by others because it did good, it brought fortune. Maybe you actually created like talismans or spells, and that incantations as well, and that helped people. But after a while, people could have grown kind of suspicious of what you were doing, and maybe you were no longer able to continue what you were doing in the first place. But regardless, I'm seeing that what you were doing was very important to the society at that time, and especially to the females in that society. Your next card is Sanctuary, privacy, inviolate personal space, respected boundaries, and taboos. Yes, so yes, here again, I'm getting the idea that you celebrated maybe the female body, or you celebrated femininity in some kind of way, and then at one point people started to put boundaries on it, or started saying that the female body is a sin or whatever. With the arrival of Christianity, that kind of belief was pushed on a lot of cultures and a lot of people's during those times when Christianity was introduced by those people that came there, that came to colonize and take over and such. So it could be that you had a place there, and it doesn't even have to be related to colonization, because in Greece, for example, they first believed in the Greek gods, the Greek pantheon, and then at one point Christianity was also introduced. So it could be just related to that, because people were traveling, people were spreading the word. But I'm seeing that whatever you were praising, whatever you were or whoever you were educating and such, or whatever you were talking about, at first it was very much appreciated, and it was welcomed by people. But with the coming of some different type of thinking, it suddenly became a taboo. Like, for example, suddenly the female body became a taboo, or it became a sin, or sex became a sin, and things like that. And in this past life, I feel like you experienced that change, and that could have left you feeling very sad, which could translate into your current lifetime into those feelings as well. So I'm going to have a look at your other cards to see what kind of conclusions I can draw for you. Wow, that was my water bottle that popped. So again, they're telling me to look at all the cards before I draw any conclusions for you. So your next card is You're Not For Everyone, Embrace Your Weirdness, Face Your True North. Yes, that's kind of the same energy as here with the Sanctuary. And you have, wow, you have don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? And these are from two different decks, but they're basically the same message, right? Don't dim to fit in, and you're not for everyone. That's perfect. So what I'm seeing here, we talked about your past life, right? How you were educating people, how you were helping people, and how that suddenly turned into a taboo in some type of way. I am seeing that whatever passion you had in your past life is also present in this life. So if you feel like fighting for women's rights, for women no longer being sexualized, objectified, for being treated equal to men, this is what it's about. Or educating people, educating girls in third world countries, for example, talking education, like sex ed could be as well, teaching people about contraception and just equal rights between men and women. So that's one thing that I'm seeing, but it does not just have to be related to that. But that's definitely a very strong image that I'm getting here. But it could also be related to the rights of other people, about if someone wants to follow a higher education, that then they're allowed to do it. Doesn't matter what kind of family they come from, does not matter how much or how little money they have. Everyone should have the right and should be able to get higher education. So it's really something related to this, and I hope that it rings a bell for you, because right now what I'm seeing is that whatever it is that you feel so passionate about, you're supposed to follow that in this lifetime as well. That's why these two cards are here. You might have certain beliefs or thoughts that might be taboo or not socially accepted or not accepted by the majority of people, But you're encouraged to still keep on following that and to not dim your light just because you want to fit in. For example, to not dim yourself or to not make yourself smaller because you're a woman and a man might be threatened about your power as a woman, right? That's just an example. And you're not for everyone. So maybe you have certain beliefs, again, that other people do not resonate with. Maybe, for example, you're a woman who is also a feminist and who has certain standards of how a man should treat you in a relationship, which is basically as an equal. But there are men who don't want to do that. There are men who don't want to be with that kind of independent woman, or with a woman who knows what she wants and who is confident and secure in herself. And if that's something that you experience, then the message here is you're not for everyone. If someone cannot meet you at your level, they are not meant for you. And you should just move on from them. And it might be sad that you two can be together or you can see eye to eye, but that's just the way it is. If those people don't want to change their mind or are not even open-minded enough to think about changing their mind, then don't no longer waste your energy on them. There is this energy of people being closed-minded about something that you feel very passionate about and that you really believe in, whether it's rights or how you treat people or how you see the world, like equality between everyone. Whatever it is, you're supposed to follow that and stay in alignment with that. Don't lose faith in that. Don't think that your beliefs are not true, or that that you don't have the right to believe that, because literally what this is saying here is to follow you and to follow what you believe in. And if people do not want to change their minds, if they do not want to open their minds up, then just leave them be, because no matter how hard you're gonna try, they will not change their minds. And they might actually try to dim your light in order for you to fit into their belief system, right? So again, don't pay attention to those people. Don't mind them. Do your own thing. You're not for everyone. Embrace who you are, even if it's a little bit weird, even if people are saying that it's weird, just embrace who you are. Like, this era is truly all about reclaiming our authenticity, reclaiming our sexuality, reclaiming the power that we have over our bodies, and to take it back from the people who took it from us in the first place, whether that is religion or society, whether it is a specific group of people or a specific belief system, it doesn't matter. We are in the age, in the era of taking back our power, of reclaiming our power. This is what it is about, and this is why this lifetime, this past life, had this message for you, because at one point you believed in this and people believed in you. And unfortunately, something happened that screwed everything up, but you're again here with the purpose to teach people how to reclaim that power, their power, no matter what it is related to, whether you do it through writing books or you do it through giving lectures, like I said, about sex education, or teaching people about, just basic human rights, right? Sometimes the only thing it takes is education, is someone explaining it to people, right? So I'm seeing that this is what you're doing. You're on a great path here. You're following your higher purpose. So I'm very proud of you for doing that pile 3, and I hope you will continue to find the strength and the courage to do this and to fight for whatever it is that you believe in. This is all that I'm seeing for you in this reading today. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated for you. I truly enjoyed doing this reading for you so much. You are such a beautiful soul. It's something that I just wanted to throw out there. So in case you like this video, feel free to leave a like, to comment, and to subscribe, and maybe we will see each other in the next reading. Bye guys!